Welcome back to another episode of Keithy Sees Cars. It's a bit of deja vu here. Deja vu, it's my deja vu, but this is deja vu because the BRM, the head has had to come off. And if we go over to the bench, I will show you what happens. So, no, hang on, let's go back. So, in one of the little short episodes, you would have seen me with my head under the bonnet saying, I hope I have done the head gasket again. Well, unfortunately, it did. The reason why I lost coolant was because of a T-piece here, which had literally just fractured off. It was a sub-quality part, and I should have done better 4 years ago, and I should have replaced it when I had the head off and everything here. I should have just done that and thought, hey-ho. But doesn't matter how much experience you've got, how long you've worked on cars, you can still mess up. And this is my fault for not replacing the plastic piping on there. This tubing here is for the heater matrix in the car and also serves as a bypass. Should the thermostat here go, you have a supply. Before it would have been a limited supply of water to stop the head from completely. But what I've done is I've now upgraded all of this with 3/4 inch tubing so that if this thermostat in here does go, we're still going to have ample flow around the head, so it's not going to do the head in. It's just a little bit sad that I've got to do it all again, but we learned from our mistakes. Oh, why did the head gasket go? You're saying after it's just been done, surely it would have held for that. Well, I was doing about 60 kilometers an hour. I was in third gear. I was pulling 2,500 RPM. It wasn't until I slowed down that I saw smoke come out the bonnet, and I immediately pulled over and stopped straight away. There was still coolant coming out of the broken pipe, but I think that the car had already air luxed and the damage had been done. I am really, really lucky that there's no damage to the head, that the head is still level, no damage whatsoever. But the thing with the gasket is this. I'm going to continue in the next bit because I've got to turn the camera around to show you properly. So, when you fit a new gasket, it takes a while for this black surface here to adhere to the surfaces to form a bond. Now, I'd literally only done 150 kilometers, which is about 80 miles. It's practically nothing. There was no time for this gasket to seal or to bond to it. So what happened is because the head overheated, it got very, very hot. The gasket has just not sealed and water has blown in between. Well, it wasn't water actually, it was exhaust gaskets, so it literally was blowing between the two cylinders. I am really, really lucky that the head is not warped. I can't stress that enough. I was thinking the head is scrap, because with the K-Series, these are specially hardened heads, and if you do overheat them, seriously, basically the head is scrap. But the problem here is that these VVC heads are just not available. They're simply not available anymore, and good ones just don't exist. So we have to do what we can do with what we have, and that means skimming the head down to get a nice clean surface and doing the best we can, putting a modified oil rail ladder on the bottom to get more clamping force. Literally, it's getting to the point now with these cars and with the VVC engines that the heads are just getting rare as anything, because it wasn't just the Rover that used these, it was the MG ZR 160, the 120, the MGF also used the VVC, the little two-seater sports car, and also the Lotus Elise and the Caterhams also used the VVC heads. So these heads are rocking horse poop, and anyone that's got a Caterham or an Elise with these engines in, or even another MG ZR or Rover, everyone is streaming out for perfect heads, and they come up incredibly rarely. So this is where we are. You can see here, I was getting black residue in the expansion chamber, the cooling bottle, and literally what was happening is the compression, the misfire was down because it hadn't sealed along here. This just was not sealing. It was starting to go there as well, which explains why I had good compression on cylinder number 4, but nothing on 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we learned from our mistakes. We have the bits on order again, and as soon as the pieces arrive, we'll just get on. I've obviously forgot to undo that. Never mind, I'm going to have to go and repair that again. When the head gasket comes again this time, we're going to make sure that everything is as good as can be. So, yeah, even professionals mess up, but hey, don't worry. I was close to home when it went. The other half was close by. No harm done. And more importantly, no harm done to the head. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the like, share and subscribe and turn on notifications.